Right now, before you scroll past this, ask yourself one question. What if everything you've been told about managing anxiety is missing the most important piece of the puzzle? What if the answer isn't in a therapist's office or a prescription bottle, but sitting quietly in your kitchen, waiting to be discovered? Stay with me, because what you're about to learn could genuinely change the way your brain feels every single day. Panic attacks are one of the most terrifying experiences a human being can go through. Your heart slams against your chest like it's trying to escape. Your lungs forget how to work. Your mind convinces you that you are dying, even when you are completely medically safe. Millions of people around the world live with this reality every single day, and most of them have no idea that their diet is either fueling the fire or quietly putting it out. Science is now making it undeniably clear. The foods you eat don't just affect your body. They directly reshape the chemistry of your brain, the very organ responsible for triggering that wave of terror you call a panic attack. Think about that for a second. Every bite you take is either feeding your anxiety or starving it. Every meal is a message you send to your nervous system. And right now, most people are sending all the wrong ones without even knowing it. But you don't have to be one of them. If you want to take control of your mental health from the inside out, keep reading, because we're about to get into the 3 most powerful science-backed foods your brain is desperately craving right now. Before we reveal the first food, let's talk about what actually causes a panic attack at the neurological level, because understanding the why is what makes the solution so fascinating. Your brain runs on a delicate cocktail of neurotransmitters, chemicals like serotonin, GABA, and dopamine that regulate your mood, your fear response, and your ability to feel calm. When those chemicals fall out of balance, often because your gut microbiome is disrupted, your blood sugar is unstable, or critical nutrients are depleted, your amygdala, the brain's alarm system, goes haywire. It fires signals of danger even when there is no danger, and your body responds exactly as if you were being chased by a predator. Except the predator is invisible, and the battlefield is entirely inside your mind. Here's where it gets extraordinary. Researchers at some of the world's top universities have discovered that specific foods can literally recalibrate these neurotransmitter systems, not over years, but in a matter of weeks. Some people report feeling a measurable difference in their anxiety levels within days of making dietary changes. And the first food on this list is one that most people walk past every single week at the grocery store without giving it a second thought. The first food is fermented, dark, tangy, and alive with billions of microorganisms. We're talking about foods like kefir, kimchi, sauerkraut, and plain fermented yogurt. Your gut and your brain are in constant real-time communication through something called the gut-brain axis, and this connection is far more powerful than most people realize. Roughly 90% of your body's serotonin, yes, the feel-good chemical, is produced in your gut, not your brain. When your gut microbiome is imbalanced, serotonin production drops, GABA activity decreases, and your nervous system loses its natural buffer against stress and panic. Fermented foods flood your gut with beneficial bacteria that restore this balance, essentially giving your brain the building blocks it needs to keep anxiety at bay. Studies have shown that individuals who regularly consume fermented foods report significantly lower levels of social anxiety, generalized anxiety, and panic disorder symptoms. Your gut is not just a digestive organ, it is a second brain, and it's time you started treating it like one. Don't go anywhere yet. We're just getting to the part where this gets truly mind-blowing, because the second food on this list is something that has been consumed by ancient cultures for thousands of years, and modern neuroscience is only now catching up to explain why it works so incredibly well. The second food is rich in magnesium. Magnesium is involved in over 300 biochemical reactions in your body, and one of its most critical roles is regulating the activity of your HPA axis, your hypothalamic pituitary adrenal axis, which controls your body's stress response. When magnesium levels drop, cortisol, your primary stress hormone, surges unchecked, creating the exact physiological environment in which panic attacks thrive. Dark leafy greens like spinach, seeds like pumpkin seeds, dark chocolate, avocado, and legumes are all packed with magnesium, and most people in modern societies are chronically deficient in it without ever being told. The World Health Organization has estimated that a significant portion of the global population doesn't get nearly enough magnesium through their diet. Now consider this: every time you drink coffee, consume sugar, or experience stress, your body burns through magnesium even faster. You're likely in a deficit right now, and your nervous system is paying the price every single day. Eating magnesium-rich foods consistently has been shown in clinical trials to reduce panic frequency, lower cortisol reactivity, and improve overall sleep quality, which in turn further reduces anxiety. The ancients who consumed these foods daily weren't just eating for strength and endurance, they were unknowingly feeding their calm. If you've made it this far, you're already someone who takes their health seriously, and that means you deserve to know the full picture. So share this with someone you love who struggles with anxiety, because the third food might be the most surprising of all, and it could change everything for them too. The third food is one you might have dismissed as ordinary, even boring, but its effects on the anxious brain are anything but. We're talking about foods rich in omega-3 fatty acids, wild-caught salmon, sardines, mackerel, flax seeds, chia seeds, and walnuts. Your brain is composed of nearly 60% fat, and the type of fat you eat directly determines how well your neurons communicate with each other. Omega-3s, particularly EPA and DHA, have been shown in multiple peer-reviewed studies to reduce inflammation in the brain, and this is crucial because neuroinflammation is now understood to be a major driver of anxiety disorders, depression, and panic. When your brain is inflamed, signal transmission between neurons becomes erratic and unpredictable. The amygdala becomes hypersensitive. The prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for rational thought and emotional regulation, loses its ability to override the fear response. Omega-3s act like a lubricant and an anti-inflammatory agent for your neural pathways simultaneously, helping your brain respond to stress with clarity instead of chaos. A landmark study published in the journal Brain, Behavior, and Immunity found that medical students who took omega-3 supplements experienced a 20% reduction in anxiety symptoms compared to a control group, a stunning result that barely made mainstream headlines, but deserves far more attention than it received. Now here's something that ties all three of these foods together in a way that most people never think about. They all work on different but complementary mechanisms. Fermented foods restore the gut-brain connection and elevate serotonin production. Magnesium-rich foods quiet the cortisol storm and calm the HPA axis. Omega-3 rich foods reduce inflammation and restore neural communication. When you combine all three consistently in your diet, you're not just patching one crack in the system, you are rebuilding the entire foundation of your brain's resilience. You are giving your nervous system the raw materials it needs to stop overreacting, stop catastrophizing, and stop firing false alarms in the middle of your perfectly safe life. This isn't about a miracle cure. It's not about replacing medical care or dismissing the very real complexity of anxiety disorders, but it is about the undeniable, scientifically validated truth that what you eat shapes how you feel at a level most people have never been told about. And that is something you have the power to change, starting with your very next meal. You don't have to wait for permission. You don't have to wait for a prescription. You can walk into your kitchen today and begin feeding your brain the nutrients it has been asking for in the only language it knows, the language of chemistry. Here's what we want you to do right now. Take a screenshot of this description, save it, and share it with at least one person who battles anxiety or panic attacks, because this information is too important to stay with just one person. Comment below with which of these three foods you're going to add to your diet first. We want to hear from you. And if you want to go deeper into the science of food and brain health, subscribe and turn on notifications, because we are only scratching the surface of what the latest neuroscience is revealing about the connection between what's on your plate and what happens inside your mind. Your brain is not broken. It is not weak. It is not beyond repair. It is simply hungry. hungry for the right nutrients, the right information, and the right care. And the beautiful, radical, empowering truth is that you can begin giving it exactly what it needs today. The panic attacks, the racing heart, the crushing fear, they are not your destiny. They are a signal. And now, for the first time, you know exactly how to answer it.